Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be a bit of a different one. It's been ages since I've sat down and I've had like a sit down conversation type video. You'll have to excuse me. I know I look really tired. I have absolutely no makeup on. I have some lip gloss on and that's it. What I'm going to talk about today is what it feels like to be glutened, essentially. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I have an intolerance to gluten and wheat. And I'm starting to wonder if I have intolerances to more things as well. I have dealt with this now for 4 years, but over the past, I'd say sort of 6 months, I have tried introducing oats. I've tried sort of introducing like very thin wraps and some different things kind of back into my diet. And to be honest, I think it's kind of backfired in my face. But that's not really what I'm going to talk about. What I'm going to talk about is what it feels like, the different steps that you can go through, and how I think being glutened, and I'm going to stop doing this by the way, is it can be, I think it can be really sort of minimalized when in fact it is a really difficult thing for people to go through. So I'm just hoping this video can help other people realize that they're not alone if they go through the same type of thing, and that it can take several days in fact to get back to what we feel is normal. So first of all, just a little disclaimer, I am in by no means like a medical professional or anything on this. This is just a sit down, very casual. I just picked up the camera. I'm gonna chat with you guys and just let you know sort of how I'm feeling at the moment, the stages I've gone through, and if you guys can relate or if you can help out anybody else, definitely comment down below, because I think it's just important for those of us who struggle with this to stay together and to help one another out. So today is Tuesday, and on Sunday, I believe I had gluten. We had a takeaway. I'm quite particular about the takeaways that I have, but I actually tried something new with this. Sorry, the postman just came. So yeah, we had a takeaway on Sunday, and like I said, I'm quite particular about our takeaways, or at least what I have. I tend to always have the same thing. I foolishly tried something new and could definitely feel the side effects. A few hours later, for me, it tends to happen about 6 hours later. It's almost like getting food poisoning. So at first I kind of think, oh, that's what it is. And then I think a lot of people have a misconception that with gluten, your stomach will just blow up, or you'll just break out in a rash and that's it. But you can get into quite a big funk, is what I call it. I don't think it's like a depression or anything, but your mood levels just go down so much and you are exhausted and you are waking up every hour. And your body is just not functioning the way it should be. I think the hardest thing for me is that it's like, I feel like I'm hungry, but I can't eat anything. And I'm just nauseous all the time. And I don't like feel sick. Like, you know, I don't feel like when you have a cough or a cold or something like that, you just feel, you know, oh, I can't go out, like I have to rest. And I don't really feel like that. I just feel nauseous all the time. It takes me back to when I had Harry and Jack, and I had really bad sickness for the first 3 or 4 months with Harry especially. And it's just that feeling of constantly always wanting to be sick. And then for me, you guys will have to excuse me, by the way, if you hear some noises in the background, because I do have the windows open, even though it's really cold. I've just been like really hot and stuff and getting flushes and that kind of thing. So I think for me, one of the biggest things as well is I get these rashes, and I tend to get them along my wrists as well as on the sides of my mouth and behind my ears. I just haven't found any creams or anything that work well. The only cream I have found that does actually work really well is like the Aveeno baby cream. Otherwise just Vaseline. I just use the simplest things as possible. But yeah, I think what I wanted to speak about mostly is just the type of funk, the type of low you can get, and how it's just so important to let people know how you're feeling, because if people don't have a gluten or a wheat intolerance, they won't understand the type of low that you go through. And I think it's just so important to let other people know, which is why I wanted to create this video, just to sort of bring people together, to tell their stories and to say what kind of things they use that will help one another. So yeah, so for me, what I start to have when I can start to stomach things is that I need to get some sugars into me. So I will definitely have like a lemon and a ginger tea, which doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, but it definitely has something that will kind of give me a boost and keep me going. I also will have big jugs of water, but I'll add one of those like vitamin C tablets just to kind of get my levels back up. If I've had a really bad episode, I'll have to get one of those dehydration packets, and I can't stand those. I really can't stand those. That is like the worst thing I have to possibly take. But for example, today I went to the doctor's and I was told right away I had to take dehydration packages, and I feel like my skin feels better already. Like I've got some color in me and I just feel better right away. So those might work for you as well. Another big thing is that because you kind of deprive yourself of different things when you're gluten and wheat intolerant, your iron levels get super low, and that's what's happened with me for this past episode. So I, for 2 days, almost 3, just couldn't even take a shower, just couldn't get into the shower. I just thought I'm just going to collapse. And today finally had a bath, yay. So that was great. And already I started to feel so much better after having a bath and washing my hair. So I spoke to my GP today about just about what kind of foods I can have. And also because I'm trying to cut down on red meat and stuff. That's the immediate thing you think of when you have iron is, oh, I'm going to have, you know, really leafy greens and red meat and stuff, or at least that's what I thought. But she actually gave me a list of different things that are veggie and vegan and stuff that I could look at. Predominantly a lot of them being those tinned beans that you get. Baked beans are great, but also the different kinds of beans like lentils and stuff that you put inside salads and whatnot. So I am going to look into some recipes for those kind of things. But I don't really know, there's no sort of like outline to this video, and it was just me just randomly grabbing the camera to sit down and chat, because I kind of feel like these videos are the ones that are true and that are just real, and you know, you kind of connect with other people this way. But I just wanted to sit down and just say, you know, you're not alone if you're going through episodes, and you might have different symptoms completely. I find like my symptoms change quite a bit, but the things that I struggle with the most definitely are the lows and the nauseousness and the vomiting. That's just, it just puts you, it just exhausts you completely. So that's it really for this video. I hope it was somewhat informative in the sense, just letting you guys know that if you do suffer through wheat and gluten intolerances or any other kind of intolerances, that you're not alone. And definitely comment down below. I do have a video on my favorite gluten-free products, which I will try and link down below because I do find them helpful, although they probably have changed a little bit because I think I recorded that about a year ago. But I will definitely make a video on what helps me and also what types of food I really like, because I feel like the market, unless you can afford it, the market is pretty slim when it comes to gluten and wheat free. So definitely share some recipes because I'm trying to learn how to make some on my own for sure. And also to get my kids involved because they're a bit hesitant with it. You know, they'll always say to me, oh, mommy, like these biscuits taste like cardboard. And, you know, it's just trying to make them taste as yummy as possible. Anyway, I'm going off track. But yes, I just wanted to come on and just say that it's not all easy all the time, and that having intolerances are a real thing. Even though they're not an allergy, you still suffer so badly. And hopefully this video helped you a bit. So you guys, thank you always for your support, and I will see you all in my next catch-up video. Bye everyone.